Hello. How's it going, everyone? I do apologize for not really streaming yesterday or anything. I kind of figured I've just been caught up in some evening movie nights. Those have been fun. And then also, I'm pretty sure, like, my throat and stuff has been kind of sore. And I'm pretty sure that's partially, like, some stuff I ate, like, a month ago. And straining my voice that one stream. Where I went on forever with the first case, because I didn't know when it would end. Hello, Lund Mom. Hello, Nappy. Hello, Dream. What's good? So yeah, I'm probably not gonna be as loud and try to avoid gruff voices if I can. Because I think pretty much everything's healed up except, like, the throat shenanigans, and I'm probably gonna get that checked out separately from the like esophagus shenanigans. But yeah, anyway, not to get into that. Yeah, just not gonna go too hard, basically, or do something stupid. I'll try not to. Voice-wise, do something stupid. Otherwise, stupidity is fine by me. Yeah, I've been trying to take it easy because this is kind of, I guess if you count the food stuff, it's been kind of an ongoing thing for weeks. So yeah. Hopefully. Already had one doctor's visit, seemed fine then, but I think that was before the voice training, so I think this is separate. Yeah, I'll try and not do what I did last time. I just thought the end would be in sight, you know? I just, like, stubbornly kept going. So yeah, my apologies. So where in the world did we leave off? Okay, so I remember, I mean, everything about this case is kind of just a little bit sus, because, you know, Kazuma's obviously gonna write his dying words in Russian, right? There's all the Cyrillic shenanigans there. And if the killer totally couldn't have left this room, right? Even though I'm pretty sure the vent was one option, but if the vent isn't an option, this suitcase definitely is. Like, the killer could be in the suitcase as we speak. Just everything is everything is so wrong. Vent. Yes. I don't think we'll be getting into Vent Simulator in Ace Attorney. Or I hope not. Save that for Half-Life for some shit. Ooh, what's that? So I guess it kind of works out that this case is about Kazuma, because I won't be doing that voice and straining myself. What do you think this is? Looks like a broken piece of glassware. Whatever the thing was, appears to have broken clean in two. The glass is such a beautiful color. Looks like a cute little Nets... Ah. Looks like a cute little Netsuke fastener from a kimono outfit. Not sure that sounds like Kazuma. He wouldn't have carried a cute little trinket like this around him with him. Blah. He wouldn't have secretly carried a cute little trinket like this around with him, would he? I miss Kazuma too. I really do. Why would he be carrying that around? Is that a keepsake of someone? Someone that probably isn't Ryunosuke? I don't know. And the mark beside it. What is it, I wonder? It has sort of a brick-like hue. Yes, you're right. It's like the color of brick, isn't it? Even though I don't see anything of the same color anywhere else in the cabin. Where the fuck did this dude come from? Oh dear. That won't do. What's the matter, Sasato-san? Whenever I'm examining things, I always find myself so focused, I forget to look around properly. Yeah. That's not good. I don't suppose you're as foolish as me in that regard. Are you, Naruhodo-san? Nah, never. I'm sure you're careful to look around using B&M, aren't you? Now let's investigate all corners of the cabin. Yeah, sure. Let's do that. I suppose my field of vision has been rather small. What? Sure. At least I got the nice little arrows. Instead of having to hit the keys. I'm gonna try and keep mouse only if I can. Oh, there's this dude. Come on, suitcase. That's a very large traveling case, isn't it? Yes. A lot of memories. It carries a lot of memories for me. Memories? What do you mean? Well, that's actually how I stowed away on this vessel. I was brought on board inside that case. Yes. I see it says this way up in Japanese. Which, in hindsight, I should have realized the foreign crewmen wouldn't have been able to read. I was turned over and over, and I was tossed on the floor in here. Oh dear. Being a stowaway isn't as romantic as it sounds. Well, it was less painful than a Sasato takedown. Yeah. Sato kicked some serious ass earlier, last stream. Romantic. Yes. Seiki. The Japanese word for justice. I probably botched that so hard. The brushstrokes are straight and true, just like Kazuma. Yes. His calligraphy always was a reflection of his heart. Yet can you really look to that? Romantic. Yes. Yet can you really look at those characters without feeling shame, knowing who drew them so thoughtfully? Of course I can. I mean, I'm innocent, so why shouldn't I be able to? Even though you stowed away on this ship? Now you're gonna bring that up, are you? I can't win. It's a sword. That's Kazuma-sama's precious sword. He never went anywhere without it. Yes. He was always saying that Japanese man's katana is his soul. I believe he had to work very hard to convince the government to allow him to bring it on this trip. I suppose that shows just how important it was to him. Now he's gone. But I'm not ready to let his spirit go just yet. I know, dude. I miss him. Yeah, I hope Ryunosuke keeps it, dude. Like, I better not get stuck in, like, an evidence room forever. That's my dinner from last night. A roast chicken. It was really tasty.
Yes, it was very delicious, wasn't it? But did you eat it on the floor here?
I'm not a dog, Sasato-san. I ate at the table, of course. Which begs the question of when and how the plate ended up on the floor.
But Kazuma-sama didn't like chicken at all, did he?
No, that's right. Though he didn't touch it. Which meant all the more for me.
Oh no! Does that mean poor Kazuma-sama spent his last night on this earth with an empty belly? It's just too horrible.
Now I suddenly have a guilty conscience and an achy stomach. Yeah, Sasato, what the hell? No, 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 no. No, no. Yep. Back to what we were looking at. How about that ink there?
That's a very large
No, the ink! The ink, damn it! Okay, I guess we can look at the writing? That counts, I guess. Did Kazuma write that before he died? Looks like it's written in ink.
He must have knocked the ink pot from the desk when he collapsed on the floor.
I wonder what that says. Anyone got any ideas?
And I suppose he wrote this message by dipping his finger in the spillage. Poor Kazuma-sama. I'll doubt he was in terrible pain. It's almost unbearable to imagine it.
I suppose he was trying to leave some kind of a clue in his final moments, wasn't he? Sorry, partner, but I can't read your writing. Partner? No!
I don't think that's Japanese, Naruhodo-san.
But what? I can't believe this! Then what language is it?
It pains me to admit it, but I don't know.
It's not a foreign script I'm familiar with. What does it mean, I wonder? Seriously? You've been on a Russian boat and you haven't seen any Russian until now? That's crazy. Not even a single Cyrillic letter. Whew. The books have fallen over on the shelf. Blech. The books have fallen over on the shelf. Look. They've all toppled the same way.
And what's this? A statue of some god of the sea? Although he's fallen over as well.
It's supposed to be like Poseidon or something. I don't see no trident.
Yes.
It's almost as if the whole shelf has been ransacked. Everything mowed down at once.
I wonder if perhaps it was Kazuma-sama doing his morning sword training, you think?
I seriously doubt it.
Then perhaps It was you, Naruhodo-san? A fit of rage.
I wouldn't have bothered leaving the wardrobe just to mess up a few books and a statue.
Could the way these things have been thrown about have anything to do with the case? I wonder. Well, I'll just set everything straight again. I don't like to see a mess with evidence, smile.
Why? This game has so much fucking with evidence, it's ridiculous. Man, the original trilogy didn't even have this much messing with evidence.
These are the rules of passage for travel aboard the SS Borea. It's essentially a list of requests from the captain to all the passengers on board.
Passengers must not... Okay, right? Is this supposed to be in Russian and English? How did they... How have they still not recognized the writing? Even if they can't read it, how have they not recognized it? Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden. What? Why are you staring at me?
Oh, sorry. I was just thinking. Are you more of a dangerous object or a pet? I can't decide.
Well, one thing's for sure. Either way, I wasn't supposed to be in here. Door.
When I went for help and the crewman forced the door open, his bolt had been firmly closed.
It's quite a small bolt and not particularly sturdy. And it just slides across to secure the door shut. But still, with the door bolted, there would be no way to get in or out of the cabin. That's for sure.
It's no wonder everyone suspects me.
When she glares at me like that,
I feel all tense up and down my spine.
I remember reading once in a detective novel, the culprit used a needle and thread to draw a bolt across from outside the room in a situation like this.
Yes, it's a clever trick, isn't it?
Whoa. Foregathers, thanks for the follow.
Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing alright. I'm an avid reader of detective stories myself.
I'm trying to not go too hard voice-wise here because I'm pretty sure I, hurt my voice a couple weeks ago. And it still hasn't quite healed. Just in the sense that, burning in the throat type of thing, clear feeling of injury, but yeah.
But the door of this cabin and its frame are made of metal, and they seal together perfectly. There'd be no possibility of using that needle and thread trick here, I'm afraid.
When she glares at me like that, I feel pins and needles all up in... Wait, didn't we just say that? Lamp. Desk. Okay, let's go for the desk.
This is where dear Kazuma-sama would have sat whenever he was writing.
London Diary. Poor Kazuma. He didn't even make it to his destination.
It looks as though the last entry's incomplete.
Which means... What? He was in the middle of writing it when the incident happened? Let's see what it says. Could be a valuable clue. Yep, I'm not doing that. Would, destroy.
That's out of the question. What? Kazuma-sama may have departed this world, but you must not read his private thoughts.
Hold on. I got this. I got this. But what if it's something important? Something relevant to the case? Alright, I won't read it.
Poor Kazuma-sama.
I don't like prying into people's personal matters either. But in this case, isn't the need for clues more important? Yes, the spin. Okay, what is that? Like a loudspeaker? Not important. Vent? Clearly important.
I think that's some kind of opening for a ventilator.
Oh, they don't even have the shortening of the word. Cool.
A hole through which fresh air can circulate into the cabin.
Isn't that a little odd? Oh.
What do you mean?
Well, this ventilator, that's what it is. It's like it must connect to the next door cabin. Oh no, the vent's actually important, isn't it?
Yes, it would appear to. You're right.
But if its purpose is to allow fresh air into the room, surely it should be connected to the outside.
That's true. Perhaps it's so that rain and spray don't find their way in when the seas are rough. Or something like that.
I suppose. Maybe that's it. Whoa! Where the fuck did he come from? Alright. If it's the fucking vent, I swear. Who's that? He wasn't there a minute ago. As far as I can tell, he looks like he might be European.
Oh, how did he?
You've noticed the man too, haven't you? Herlock vented, yes. I have no idea who he is or how he got in here, but he looks suspicious. And tall. Suspiciously tall.
Ah,
I mean, that's not the right voice, but yeah. Yep. Trying to do anything that just stop me from, like, destroying my voice again.
Naruhodo-san, don't tell me. Do you really not know who that is?
Well, no, I don't have any foreign friends or acquaintances or anything like that. He doesn't look like a member of the crew. There's something very unusual about him. Is he investigating Kazuma's desk? Is he just playing on it? Can't tell.
Well, in that case, we simply must talk with him.
Am I just imagining it? Or does Sasato-san look almost uncontrollably excited?
By the way, I expect you've noticed already. But just in case, if you press space on people when they're in the crosshairs, you can converse with them.
Alright then. I'll get this suspiciously tall gentleman in my sights and see what he has to say for myself.
Oh, please do.
So, I can't just, like, click? Yes, I can. Okay. Excuse me. Excuse me! Do you have a moment? Huh. What should be the Herlock voice? Just my Edgeworth voice, or some variant of it? I just need to work within the constraints of nothing too rough or too intense. I guess I can try Edgeworth as a base and see where I go from there. I mean, we did Swan Lady. We didn't even do like an English accent for her at all. We just did a southern one. So there's nothing saying I have to sound like Edgeworth for Herlock. But the butler's out of the picture, so I could reuse that. Yeah, I'll figure it out. As I go along, start with Edgeworth.
Shush! This is a critical point in my investigation.
Choices indeed. Maybe I should leave him alone. Seems a little unfriendly.
Yes. Perhaps that would be for the best.
Greetings! I hope I haven't kept you waiting. I hope I haven't kept you long. So more of a enthusiastic Edgeworth? I don't know. What exactly were you doing at Kazuma's desk just now?
I see. Fascinating.
Sorry? What do you see?
Feels like he's looking right through me.
Oh yes, everything is clear now. The train of reasoning has run its course. My deductions have crystallized. You've been in Afghanistan, I perceive. Just recently returned, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry, what? And now, whilst venturing toward foreign climes, you find yourself in a most troubling predicament. Oh, well, I guess that part's true.
But how? How the deuce did I know that, perhaps? It was really a most elementary deduction.
Hardly worth explaining.
Have you perhaps managed to deduce anything else?
But of course.
A great many things.
There is no mystery, dear madam.
For example,
you have fled your native land of Russia, being, as you are, a merciless revolutionary. Sir! You leave 16 victims of assassination in your wake, and now travel to England to blow up the Crystal Tower.
what the hell?
And when the berry-boned occupant of this very cabin discovered your identity, you ended his life too.
Yes,
I believe that summarizes the facts beautifully. No need to hide the truth now. Nothing deceives these eyes. Just to be clear, you're talking about me, aren't you?
certainly I am.
Do you see another in this cabin who fits the bill? A Russian assassin with 16 victims to his name?
I don't even see one person who fits the bill. So it's true. It was you who did this to Kazuma.
Girl, did you not hear a fucking word that came out of his mouth? Okay. Okay, give me one moment. Give me one moment. I need to see if I can rope. I don't know if she'd be up for it.
Bo Burnham's inside is
What?
the most...
No. I clicked a video preview in Discord. That's what that was. Anyway, I know it's super last minute, but would you be in... Shit, she's moving it, isn't she? Never mind, bad time. Probably shouldn't ask her. Someone's calling me. The fucking timing. I'll be right back. My cousin's just calling me to say hi. Okay, I'm back. Hello. What happened? What happened? Did Sasato end up being like, no, you're not allowed again? Yes, I am back, and let me move my phone to a different location so it doesn't interfere with my mic. Okay, there we go. All right. Yep, sorry, my cousin called me, wanted to catch up, you know, like it normally goes on the weekend. It's not his fault. It's my fault for not streaming on Saturday, but you know. It was nice. I just tried to keep it brief. But then 20 minutes passed. Which, in terms of those calls, is pretty brief. So yeah, anyway.
It was you who did this to Kazuma-sama.
Oh yeah, I remember now. Sasato's an idiot. She just bought that explanation. That we're a rush, that fucking Naruhodo's a Russian assassin. Yes, smile.
What? And you're plotting a revolution too. It's shameful behavior, Naruhodo-san. Absolutely wicked.
Oh, hi, Rain.
Again? Now explain yourself and tell me everything. This is ridiculous. How could you do it?
For pity's sake, open your eyes. I'm not a Russian revolutionary. Obviously.
Forgive me.
And as for you, what kind of deduction was that? You were just saying the first thing that came into your head. Ah, but was I not right? Well, as venturing towards foreign climes, you do find yourself in a most troubling predicament. Or do you not? Well, sure, maybe. Ha! There you have it, you see? What do you make of that, Well, to be honest, this ship is en route to England, and I'm in handcuffs at the scene of a murder. So, I'm not really sure you could call it deduction. It's more plain observation.
Indeed. And observation, my dear boy, is the basis of all deduction. What's going on? My method is founded upon the observation of trifles, you see. I announce my findings with a brassy certitude. And more often than not, I'm right.
You know, I think a lot of me, like, bruising my throat and potentially other things came from, like, that one stream where I went on forever. I was probably, like, trying to talk loud without taking a breath. I'm, like, 90% sure I, like, made certain... I might have made my lungs sore. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Anyway, I feel fine, though. Doing Pog, but... Why are you British? Please, Dawn. It's fucking Herlock Sholmes, dude. And I'm just trying to do a voice that's not gonna destroy me, so doing a more sassy Edgeworth is, you know... Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure I wrecked my voice a couple streams ago and it hasn't quite healed. And more often, well, like, my voice sounds fine, but I can still feel, like, burning in places, but yeah.
And more often than not, I'm right.
I don't think you introduced yourself.
Ah, my apologies. How remiss of me. I am none other than the greatest detective of the century, known to men and women the world over. The inimitable Herlock Sholmes. So, it's really you? The actual Herlock Sholmes? The very same. The inimitable actual Herlock Sholmes.
Do you know this man, Sasato-san?
The most famous detective in the world? Naruhodo-san, of course I do. There's nobody who hasn't heard of him.
What planet have I been living on then?
We must ask him what he's deduced. He will have worked out his entire case already, I'm sure.
Really? Why do I feel uneasy about this? Okay, Herlock. Mr. Great Detective. So, you're a great detective, are you? Sorry, what was your name again?
Indeed. I am none other than the one and only Herlock Sholmes.
Oh, I see. You're German? Herlock, was it?
No, I have no hair. I have hair. But please, call me Sholmes. You can read all about my exploits in this exciting London publication. Oh yes, Ranced magazine, full of wonderful short stories and interest articles from Great Britain. I never miss an issue. I have it sent from England especially.
How does she do that? Anyway, get that sent all that way. Ah, yes, here it is. The Adventures of Herlock Sholmes. So, you're the protagonist in a series of short stories then?
Indeed I am.
So, this is weird. He's a protagonist, but he's real. So in this universe, are they just based off of his real escapades?
Sholmes.
Anyway.
And you've...
I don't know, man.
You've read so many of your own stories, you started to think you really are a detective? Make no mistake, I'm not the poor deluded fellow you take me for. Your inference is backward. Backward. My trusty biographer records my greatest detecting achievements and chronicles them in my magazine. In the magazine. You have a biographer, do you? Doesn't everyone? Mine goes by the name of Dr. Wilson, presently keeping shop in London. Dr. Wilson? How did he know Doctor? Anyway, I must say, thanks to that publication, I've been frantically busy as of late. The British voice transition was so smooth. Thanks, dude. Glorified biographies. Damn, I guess so, dude. Why, this very moment I'm returning from Asia, having solved the mystery of a cursed royal crown. Really? I can't work out whether I should take this man seriously or not. Deduction, you see, is to me a science. Logical reasoning in its purest form. A science? Really? The astute observer notices even the most subtle of reactions in this subject. A furtive glance, a twitch of muscle, a slight inclination of the posture, fingernails, arm sleeves, furs in the skin. All these things are data. Data? I don't know. How should I say it? I don't know. Right. And the trained logician makes deductions from this data in the blink of an eye. The ultimate conclusion is, without fail, the truth. As I demonstrated only a few short moments ago. Right, sure. How could he look me in the eye and claim that? So you see, I have a turn for both observation and deduction. And for deduction and fame. That is what makes me the one and only heir. No, Sherlock Holmes. Your pizza just got here. Oh, hope you have a good pizza. Pimja. Big sob though. Yeah, I can kind of feel the like bruising going on. I'm pretty sure, 90% sure, I tried to speak loud, not taking a breath. So I don't know if that day, that couple weeks ago with the first case was just like, did my lungs just make a big crunch? I don't know. Anyway. Anyway. Kazuma's death. Probably gonna see a doctor again. Probably. So we'll see. Pretty sure it's nothing bad, but that's just my guess. We'll see. Have you managed to deduce anything about this particular case yet? Have I managed to deduce anything? My dear fellow. Who do you suppose discovered the culprit in his most cunning hiding place? That's right. It was none other than the great detective before you now, Mr. Sherlock Holmes. I see. In other words, I'm in these now because of him. And I became anxious about Kazuma-sama this morning. I summoned all the crew members to force the cabin door open. And I concealed myself among their number, gaining entry to the scene of the crime. Yes, luckily for everyone, the great detective Sherlock Holmes was on board.
And the handcuffs seem to be an excellent fit, Mr. Naruhodo. The very moment I laid eyes on the scene, two facts were immediately apparent to me. Oh, really? Two facts, you say? Two facts. Mr. Sholmes, tell us, please. What two facts were apparent to you when you came into this cabin this morning? Yes. But first, let us be precise. The two facts in question were immediately apparent to me. Yes, I understand, but what were they? Allow me to elucidate. The two facts I deduced from a mere momentary glance at the scene of the crime were as follows. Number 1. The cabin was locked from within, rendering escape of the culprit out of the question. Number 2. The victim was Russian and killed... No. Number 2. The victim was Russian and killed following a dispute with an acquaintance. Hold on, Mr. Sholmes. What made you think the victim was Russian? Observe the dying message left by the victim on the floor. That's Russian for... That's the Russian word for wardrobe. Do you really think Kazuma-sama could have left a dying message in Russian? Yeah, did he not look at the body? Yeah, maybe he only saw the outline, who fucking knows. In their final moments, many find their native tongue filling their head. For this young man, Russian, yes! The Russian man, with the headband, and Japanese schoolboy outfit, and katana, and Japanese everything else in this room. Holy shit. Kazuma was Russian, was he? Initially, I considered Gardabob may be the name of the killer. A certain Robert Garde, perhaps. But in the interests of thoroughness, I decided it would be wrong to not look inside the wardrobe there at least. Where you found Mr. Naruhodo sleeping soundly. Quite so! I found you, the renowned Russian revolutionary killer. Why is it that I'm Russian too? I observe that you're wearing the same attire as the victim. In other words, you were acquainted. And if my memory serves, that outfit is the traditional... And if my memory serves, that outfit is the traditional dress of the acquainted. You're fucking right. You're fucking right. Also, my mouth slam made it go for it. Acquainted, yes. You could say they were in fact roommates, maybe even partners in crime. Blech. I don't fucking know, dude. Our school uniforms are traditional. Our school uniforms are the traditional dress of Russian people? Of the Russian people? I had no idea. And I had no idea a detective could get something so wrong. I took a photograph of the victim and the message, and I might analyze it for possible hidden details. Partners in law, yes. No. This was taken immediately. This was taken immediately after the young man was discovered, before the body was removed. Yes, Kazuma had already been taken away when I woke up. This is the first time I've actually seen him like this.
Are you alright, Mr. Naruto?
Oh, yes, thank you. The photograph, no. Can I ask you something, Mr. Sholmes?
What, pray?
You mentioned Russia before as well, didn't you? You know, when you said I was a fearsome revolutionary fleeing from Russia and all that.
Ah, yes.
The train of reasoning that led me to the truth. Would you mind explaining that train of reasoning to me, do you think?
Certainly, if it interests you.
I don't know how to pronounce Cyrillic.
How many times? I'm not Russian. I don't speak Russian.
Can we talk about your deduction before?
Ah, the now famously accurate, troubling predicament you find yourself in?
Actually, it was the other details I was more hoping to discuss. You know, the merciless Russian revolutionary and assassin of 16 part?
Ah, yes. The more sordid details.
It was a fairly commonplace deduction.
Here we have this morning's paper.
The main headline reads: Revolutionary villain Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai. This vessel made a port call at Shanghai yesterday. And last night, the young Russian was murdered. Since when was Kazuma Russian?
It sounds like Mr. Sholmes has concluded he was Russian, based of what Mr. Kazuma-sama wrote on the floor.
It was a simple act of reasoning to realize that the culprit of this crime was the same merciless revolutionary. I'm like forcing myself to take breaths to like make sure I'm not destroying my voice again. Oh, whoop. Oh. Just dropped a micro SD card. We're good.
One who would kill the very man who helped him to escape after his true identity was discovered.
Yes, you, villain Bolshevik. I hope that's not getting like too annoying if you're hearing me like breathe in or not. No. How could it be me? How could it be me? I don't look anything like this man. Just look at his face.
Well, you are a fearsome revolutionary after all.
Therefore, you have no doubt learned to revolutionize your appearance as well. Please. And I might add, your name does not appear on the ship's passenger list. Pardon me. Need I say more?
Well, that's because I'm a stowaway.
Okay, I need water. Wheel. Alright. And of course my nose is getting stuffy, this is perfect timing. But at least it makes doing Sasato's voice easier.
What about the other details? 16 victims of assassination and blowing up the Crystal Tower.
Damn it, nope. I need to clear my nose, this isn't gonna work. I'll be right back. I won't be gone for 20 minutes this time, I promise. Okay. In the back.
Ah, yes.
The journalist clearly interviewed the man and printed all those particulars in the article.
The deeds this man has perpetrated thus far, and those he is plotting.
Yes, everything about this revolutionary Bolshevik was included. There can be no mistake.
Do revolutionaries usually agree to interviews with newspaper reporters? I wonder.
And what about the part where you said I was just returning from Afghanistan? Also quite clearly stated here in the article. Bolshevik has recently returned after a period of subversive activities in a war-torn region of Afghanistan. Where even is it anyway? This Afghanistan place. Here, take the paper for yourself.
A little memento of this great deduction.
Oh, thank you. I've absorbed all that is of interest to me within its pages, but I see no rubbish bin nearby. Wow, thanks, dude. You're gonna just memorize the evidence and be like, that's good enough, let's just throw it away. I'll give it to you, that's the next best thing, sure. Alright then. And
you may find the article on the back page of interest as well.
On the back? Cast your eye over it sometime if the interest takes you. Though you may need someone to interpret. It's all written in Russian. I couldn't hope to read it. But I suppose it wouldn't hurt to just glance at the article. Maybe there might be a picture or two. Before we started talking, you were examining Kazuma's desk, weren't you?
Kazuma? Ah, yes, the victim. Did you notice anything useful? Anything at all?
Observe, for a moment, the desktop of the victim. We see that the victim was engaged in penning some text.
London Diary.
Yep, London Diary. Kazuma was keeping notes of the trip. But I don't think you should read his private writings. Could upset people. Tragic. And something you ought to perhaps elucidate before the act of reading. You mean you've read it already? It is my business to know what other people do not. Yes, believe it or not, I know a smattering of Japanese. Oh, I see. Well, you're about to know what a Sasato takedown is. Nothing. She's gonna treat him differently, isn't it? Isn't she? Sasato-san? Aren't you gonna throw the detective with one of your trademark takedowns?
I'm sorry, Naruhodo-san. What on earth do you mean?
Life is so unfair. Anyway, to return to the matter at hand, namely, this diary belonging to the victim. It would appear the final sentence is incomplete, as if the author were cut short. Tell me, what is the nature of this writing? Pray. Favoritism at its finest, yeah. Tell me, what is the nature of this writing? Pray be precise as to details. Oh, but I thought you knew Japanese? A smattering, dear boy, a smattering. Sayonara, Bonsai, Mikado, and Nado. No, goddammit. I trust you're suitably impressed. Ah, so impressed. You're so good at this. But this diary is littered with complicated-looking characters, of which I can read precisely none. So what was all that showing off about before then?
If you would be so kind as to show me, I would happy to be read it. If you would be so kind as to show me, I'd be happy to read it to you, Mr. Sholmes.
I'm much obliged, my dear madam.
The final entry in Kazuma-sama's diary.
And now she's gonna fucking read it. And now she... Okay. Okay, I see how it is. Fuck, you know.
The final entry here in Kazuma-sama's diary consists of 2 short sentences. The first reads, 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound.
A whistling sound. These are very deep waters. Pray, go on.
Second sentence reads, 1:35 a.m. It looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill.
Speckled band? What on earth does that mean?
I have no idea. I've never heard that expression before.
The ventilator grill, you say? That man was presumably referring. To the lattice there on the wall, which connects to the adjoining cabin. Yes, the adjoining cabin. So, I believe I've given you enough to consider, for the time being at least.
Oh, do you have somewhere to go?
Welcome back, Dream. As it happens, the victim's writing in his diary have piqued my interest. The matter warrants further investigation, I believe. And if I am still too long, the seasickness takes hold.
Oh, I suppose you're thinking of investigating the cabin next door, which the ventilator connects to?
Great detectives are a curious breed. Our minds rebel at stagnation. We crave mental exaltation. So yes, I intend to investigate. Hence the truth will become clear soon enough. Do you think perhaps that we could go with you? No, that would be somewhat complicated. But what? But why? A simple glance at your wrist should reveal the answer. Oh, these. After all, you're the prime suspect in this matter. No? There's no point in trying to turn it into a question. Pardon me. You're the one who decided I was a culprit in the first place. Whatever do you mean? I have no recollection as naming you as the culprit at any point.
What the hell?
You must be joking! You just said it! Only a moment ago! Dear me, you're clearly misguided. I would have no cause to say such a thing.
Well, actually, Mr. Sholmes, I did hear you say that too.
You're quite sure? Well, that's very strange. I wouldn't have said you had the face of a criminal, you know. Not really. So what? Were you looking at my knees before? Some great detective you are. I just realized I'm getting loud. Whew. Well, anyway, that was then, and this is now. What do you mean? What I mean, sir, is this. If you are the culprit, then you must play the part more convincingly. Roll over and accept your fate. No, he's just being plain rude. And off he goes, having just laughed in my face. His sense of humor is as twisted as his name.
Naruhodo-san, what are you just standing there for? Huh? We must go and investigate the cabin next door as well.
Aren't you forgetting something? What about these? There's no way I can hear. Was not going to destroy my voice over that either.
After Kazuma-sama spent his dying moments struggling to leave us a clue, you're willing to give up? You're just gonna roll over and accept your fate?
As if you gave me any choice in the rolling over part. Yeah, can she stop flipping him? Because I'm gonna have to flip him right back. Like, come on, dude. Oh, I misclicked. Yeah. Okay. I think we still have some investigation to finish off in here first, don't we? Let's carry on examining what we can in this cabin while we wait for a chance to slip next door.
Good idea.
Situation doesn't look too good for me. But there are still things I can do to help myself. And I owe it to Kazuma to do everything I can to find a way out of this. And bring the real culprit to justice.
Is something wrong, Naruhodo-san?
Oh, no, it's just that crewman standing by the door. I can't help feeling like I've seen him somewhere before. Is that the fucking butler? Is that the butler? Hey, Dark Blur, what's going on? Hello. I'm trying to go a bit easy. How you doing? Trying to go a bit easy on the voices. Pretty sure I, like, bruised my, throat / maybe lungs in one of my previous streams from, like, not breathing enough while also streaming too long. Anyway, yeah. Like, breathing while, you know, being loud lawyer mans.
Oh yes, you're right. He does look familiar. Excuse me, sir?
That is him, isn't it? Oh my god. God damn it. What did I say earlier? Oh, I can just do Herlock kind of like the butler / Edgeworth because he's not in this case, but I guess it makes sense for him to be here. He's probably on his way to, like, Shanghai. He's probably like taking the Swan Lady back or something. The Swan Lady's gotta be here too, right? It was the Swan Lady. I'm calling it now. The Swan Lady is literally in that suitcase. Well, I guess I can still do a sort of British voice, it's just different.
Yes. What can I do for you?
It is him. Is he undercover? She couldn't fit the dress in the suitcase even if she tried. I don't know who said she was wearing the dress, but you're right. She probably is. Who am I kidding? Recognize that face, but it can't be. Ah, yes, he's come to spread tuberculosis to everyone.
It is. I didn't know you were here, Inspector Hosonaga. Hello again.
What are you doing here?
I think that should be my line. I was so stunned when I saw you. My heart stopped.
Nearly stopped.
Nearly stopped, I hope. I received some special orders to go undercover as a member of the crew on board this ship.
Again?
You certainly seem to enjoy undercover work, Inspector. If there's anything I can do to help you, please ask.
I never expected to see this man on board. But perhaps his presence can help me out of this hopeless situation. Never mind, I'm not gonna bug her. My second thought again. Anyway. What's this? Message in Discord. Oh, never mind. Let's see. How long have I been going? I'm gonna try and keep it like at about 2 hours of actually speaking. So if that's the case, maybe I can go another 20 minutes to half an hour, because I was like gone for 20 minutes. Just under 2 hours. Okay. Yep. Yeah, I see it here. Apologies. So, what are your special orders this time, Inspector?
Yes, and why are you dressed as a member of the crew? I'm so sorry. Huh? This is all my fault. I take full responsibility. For what? My orders were to act as Asuki-san's bodyguard. Oh! It was the Minister of Justice Jigoku who pushed for this overseas study tour to go ahead. And he entrusted me with ensuring that Asuki-san reached Great Britain without being assassinated.
And what would make him such a big assassination target? He's just a kid. He was just a fucking young man, lawyer, partner, sword dude.
Assassinated? Assassinated? How could that have even been a possibility? I'm not sure. But these are complicated times. There are tensions between the world's greatest powers. Minister Jigoku said we should be prepared for all eventualities. This is incredible. I don't believe it. Kazuma-sama was assassinated?
Obviously, we couldn't give Asuki-san a visible security escort. Which is why I'm undercover now, posing as one of the crew.
I see.
And I didn't take my eyes off him the entire time we've been on board. From morning until night, every day. So you were in the vent? Is that what I'm getting here? But I'd never imagined it would happen here. Inside his own cabin. Not here on the first class deck. I failed miserably at my assignment. And Asuki-san's dead as a result. I'm a disgrace. All I can do is humbly apologize. Inspector. So if there's anything at all I can do to help now, just say the word. We're doing what we can to investigate Kazuma's death ourselves. I thought you might be. You didn't do it, did you? You're not the killer? Of course not! What? Yeah, dude. Like, what the fuck?
We'd really like to investigate the cabin next door.
Yes. So we need to be allowed out of this cabin. I'm sorry. What? You've been deemed a risk to the ship's safety. If you move to even touch the handle of the cabin door. That stormy-looking seaman there would surely snap your neck in two. I suppose I'm not just a stowaway now. I think I'm a murderer as well. Does the entire case take place in this room? Like the entire other case took place in the fucking courtroom, practically? I know not literally, because it wasn't the scene of the crime, but that's where we were the whole time, so... I mean, basically, was... Anyway. Just give me one moment here. Okay. Cool. Would it be possible to give me something to work with, do you think? I'm gonna need something persuasive.
Well, what do you mean?
If I had a solid reason why the next door cabin should be investigated, for example, I'll do everything I could to persuade the captain to allow it. Really, I'd lay my life on the line if I had to. But I don't see how.
There may be a way.
What? Really?
Think of how you tried to persuade me of your innocence, Naruhodo-san, by presenting me with a piece of evidence that you already had in your possession.
Evidence?
It's just the same as when you're in court. You must have done it many times during your trial. Simply select the present panel. Choose some evidence that Inspector Hosonaga could use.
So, evidence that could give us a viable reason to investigate the next door cabin. Is it? Alright, yes. I think I might know what we can use. Let's see if I can present the detective with evidence. With the evidence he needs to persuade the captain. Did we examine everything yet, though? Door. Dude. We didn't investigate dude. Investigated food. It's a knife. Well, I guess knives probably aren't relevant here since there were no visible wounds. The loudspeaker thing. Wardrobe, the bed. So that, the wardrobe. That, the wardrobe. And the other thing. And the dude. Right.
It's some 2 weeks since we set sail for Japan.
It's only been 2 weeks? Jeez, okay. From Japan.
Have you really been living in that wardrobe the entire time, Naruhodo-san?
I think living isn't quite the right description.
Oh, no. I suppose not. Although it must have been rather exciting, making this voyage in your own secret hideout.
Trouble was, I never knew when a member of the crew might come in. So yes, I did basically have to live in the wardrobe. And last night was no exception.
But because of that, you had no idea what was happening out here in the cabin.
No, sadly not. Banner. Wheel. Okay, I'm back. Are we making good time? I'm gonna probably call the stream in like 10 minutes and go have dinner. That probably sounds... Or do I take dinner as a break? Nah, I'll probably just call the stream. Yeah, in that time. Let's get through this. This is...
Yes, it's a bell cord contraption, I think.
What do you mean, contraption? I thought it was like a banner.
I read about it in a book I was studying that talked about life in Great Britain. Large households often have bell cords like this, which you can pull to ring a bell to summon servants.
Really? That sounds almost magical. Shall we give it a little try?
Yes! In the interests of cultural research, obviously.
Nothing.
I suppose nobody comes for lowly Japanese people.
No, I'm sure it's just that everyone's busy, that's all. Aw. Don't think that way. That dude. Excuse me. What? I was wondering if I could ask you a favor. Would you... why is he asking this? Would you mind if I investigated a little outside? Grandmother told me that Japanese people do not make jokes. But it's not true, I see. I'm sorry? The criminal asking prison guard to help him escape? Very funny. We're in the middle of the sea. There's no chance of me escaping. Niet! You stay in this cabin until the next port. Then it is up to Hong Kong police to decide what they do with you. You stay! Alright. No point in trying to appeal to this man's better nature. That's for sure. So do we have the evidence? Speckled band. Revolutionary. Russian. I'm gonna start with this. It's not like we're in court. Didn't he give us that picture, or was that was Herlock, right? Have you seen this photograph yet, Inspector? Damn.
Oh dear. Are you alright, Inspector?
Yes, sorry.
I'm fine.
I was hoping to hide my upset with a fit of coughing and sputtering. I'm usually very good at it. But trying to stifle my feelings seems to have stifled my cough this time.
It's all so sad.
Asuki-san was such a promising young man. The Empire had such high hopes for him. I had such high hopes for him. And now I'm just a detective.
We're all gonna miss you, Kazuma.
Can I show you this newspaper, Inspector?
I'm sorry, but I can't read Russian very well.
Oh no, that's alright. I know what it says.
So you just wanted to point out your university-level linguistic talents. Is that it?
Sorry? Nothing like me with my regular schooling. You're something much greater. Is that what you were trying to say? Sorry. Forget I mentioned it.
What's that?
It's Kazuma's diary.
Just before he died, Kazuma-sama wrote something rather strange in his diary. Strange? In what way? He wrote, "What looks like some kind of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill." Speckled band? That is strange.
Yes, we're still trying to work out what he meant by that. But what I'd like to know is...
Don't tell me. The ventilator, is it? You're very astute, Inspector.
That ventilator clearly
joins the next door cabin.
That's right. So if we can investigate in there,
we might be able to work out what the speckled band was. Alright then.
I can't leave this cabin at the moment. I'm stuck here until we arrive at the next port. The captain has given me strict orders to guard the scene of the crime, you see. I'll have to entrust the investigation to you.
Really? You're willing to do that?
Well, Susato already, cleaned up books. That could have been evidence. The arrangement of them. Yes, as long as you don't leave the first-class cabin area. I'm afraid I can't remove those handcuffs, though. But what about the captain? Aren't you going against his direct orders? I'm a man of my word. And I promise you that I lay my life on the line if that's what it takes to convince the captain. After all, I failed to keep Asuki-san safe. This is the least I can do. Thank you.
Let's seize the moment then, Naruhodo-san. Just select move and we can leave this cabin at last.
Move? Okay, yeah, sure, let's walk over there. If that's what you meant. Whoa. Whoa. You think that's a good place? I think that's a good place to stop. Oh, man. That was good. Yeah, probably a good place to stop since we're in a different location, and timing-wise, it kind of matches up anyway. Thanks, I will have a good eat. Is there anybody that we should raid? Is Pan streaming? Is someone else that I know streaming? Nobody. Oh, okay, I'm not gonna say nobody I know is streaming, but nobody I follow is streaming at the moment. Coco was streaming earlier. I would like to, though, before we do that, just give a bump to my Discord. I think most people I'm seeing in chat, well, pretty much everybody I'm seeing in chat, already knows about it, but just in case, is anyone else around? I do have a Discord server, some chill times, still kind of a work in progress, figuring out some cool stuff we could do. That'd be nice, but yeah, who to raid? I'll tell you what, maybe we'll just stick without the raid for tonight, and I'll maybe try and stream in the middle of the week, and then we can raid then. I think I'll go with that. But yeah, anyway, think I am gonna go have that food. Before you end, I need you to accept my Discord friend request as something said is incredibly important. Sure. Alright. I'll catch y'all later.